Hello everyone, welcome to Free Range Diva, and thank you so much for stopping by today. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what happened after my last video. The comment section blew up. There was a lot of emotion, fear, anger, sadness, mostly uncertainty about the future. I want to thank everyone who commented, who subscribed, who shared your stories, because in this video, I want to talk about the future and the past, the worst possible outcomes, and finally, why I'm so hopeful that we're all going to be okay. So let's go. In my last video, you shared how you're preparing for the future. Many of you are fearful, and for good reason. I know I did not expect to be dealing with a recession in my senior years. And for me personally, this will be the first time I'm facing a recession on a fixed income, which has its own challenges because that limits the choices that you can make for managing your increase in expenses as your buying power decreases. And notice I'm not saying potential recession because too many economists who are experts in data are saying that a recession is coming if it's not already here. Many of you have shared the steps you're taking in anticipation of disruptions in the food supply, power supply, and the potential for a complete breakdown of society. It's definitely a worst case scenario, but when you combine food shortages with job losses and a very well-armed public, yeah, it could get bad. However, there are a lot of other ways that this could all go down. There are outcomes that could be uncomfortable in the short term, but ultimately can be manageable. And that's why I'm hopeful. The focus of this channel has always been to support your beauty and wellness goals with information on healthy aging, clean beauty, and natural living. You can say anything in the comments so long as it's said with tolerance and respect for each other. I read them all, and I'll give them a heart so that you know that I read your comment even if I can't respond. I love this community, and that's why I want to give you hope. So, here's why I'm hopeful. The Phillips curve is a graph that shows the relationship between unemployment and inflation. This is because a tight labor market allows businesses to offer higher wages, which can drive up costs and lead to inflation. From there, it's a cascading effect of cost versus demand that drives up costs. But the general takeaway this time is that inflation was the result of a strong economy. In 2023, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said that currently the primary drivers of inflation are supply chain problems, consumers changed to purchases of goods rather than services, and the tight labor market. I'm hopeful because this year started with the foundation of a strong economy. The strongest in the world, according to The Economist magazine, which is a publication not known for hyperbole. No one can say for sure how the tariffs and layoffs are going to affect businesses, prices, and supply chains, but at least we're starting from a good place where people can prepare and hopefully ride out any disruptions, assuming they are temporary. Also, another reason why I'm hopeful is because we've been through this before. In the 1970s, with the oil embargo and gas lines that were miles long, alternate day fill-ups, mortgages in the double digits, and prices tripling almost overnight. Then again, in 2008, that was awful. That was really, really tough. A lot of people lost their homes. I grew up here in Los Angeles, and I remember as a child the Watts riots. I don't remember a lot other than the fact that my parents were really upset, but I remember the Rodney King riots and these periods where society tends to break down. That energy that causes that is pretty much burns itself out really quickly. At least that's been what's happened in my lifetime when I have experienced these things. If you live through the 60s, you're going to remember a lot of turmoil that the country went through. But we went through it. I think it's human nature to just you have this kind of explosion of energy, it burns itself out, and then you're kind of left with the aftermath. The problem, as I see it, is that over the last few years, there have been factions working to pit us against each other, to communicate that there is something evil about people who think differently than you do, or who live in a place differently than you do, or who speak a different language than you. There has been a concerted effort to drive people apart and pit them against each other by highlighting their differences. And what seems to have been minimized or ignored is the fact that we are all in this boat together. Same boat. And if it sinks, then everybody's going to drown, okay? It's kind of up to us to figure out how to get back to listening to one another, not being judgmental, but rather with understanding, empathy, and grace. And the last thing that I want to say, the last reason that I have hope kind of builds off of that sense that we are in this together. If there is panic buying, there will definitely be shortages. So we're going to have to rely on our leaders for reassurance. Our local, state, and federal leaders, as well as non-political leaders like teachers and the clergy. We're going to need to encourage them to have our backs and to work hard to make sure that we're all being taken care of. So people, all of us, we just need to know that we're not alone and that we're going to be okay. And this is where you come in. Take care of yourself first, then watch out for your community, your neighbors, your friends, your family. Make sure that seniors, disabled, and low-income families with kids are okay. It is not okay that even one person will starve to death or freeze to death or die from a lack of medical care. Not on our watch. And once you've done that, then go live your life. Celebrate with your family, with your friends. Take time for yourself. Take time to read a good book. Travel to our national parks before it's too late. I'm kidding. But yeah, take a trip to your national park. Do the things that bring joy and meaning to your life. And that's how all of us are going to get through this. And that's why I am hopeful, and now I hope you are as well. So that's where I'm going to leave it, everybody. I wanted to talk about this today instead of the 5 foods that are health game changers, which is coming next video. But yeah, I wanted to talk about this today because I felt like there was a need for it, and hopefully I've filled a little bit of that need. If you did find this information helpful, then please consider giving this video a thumbs up. If you have any thoughts, then of course share them in the comments below. As I said, I may not be able to answer all of them, but I am definitely reading all of them, and I appreciate anyone who takes the time to put their thoughts and feelings into a comment. So please do that. And yeah, if you want to see more from me and you haven't subscribed yet, then please consider subscribing. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing here at Free Range Diva. Okay, everybody, until I see you in my next video, I'm just going to wish you a wonderful day, wonderful week. Take good care of yourselves, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye.